Hi, it's Kim Jillian with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing our Capricorn reading for the month of November 2016. And we're going to start as I've been doing the last couple months with your theme of the month. And then we'll be getting a few more cards from our Angel Tarot deck. Then we'll be getting some animal wisdom cards for you to see what animals want to help you navigate this month. And then lastly, this is a big surprise. As I was finishing the prior reading for Sagittarius, I got the information that I needed to leave out my Talking to Heaven cards for you guys. So there is going to be a loved one that will come through in this reading today. As always, I never know how that's going to work or how it's going to come through, but that's what we have today. So we will finish up the reading with that information for you. So I'm excited for you, Capricorns. Let's go ahead and get started. So your theme of the month, kind of tracking with the theme that you've had for the last several months, is fire. It's another fire card, and this is the Queen of Fire. So fire cards are all about passion and action. Also, I feel like these are also about sort of fame and reputation, how you show up in the world. And this is a duality card. So on the one hand, it's about a person. On the other hand, it's about a circumstance or experience. As a person, the Queen of Fire is somebody that's warm. They are, which obviously makes a lot of sense. They are somebody that's very charismatic, that type of thing. They also are creative. So this person is... when you think of fire people, they are people that are more confident, right? They have that bit of confidence, and I feel like that's where perhaps they're going to help pull you out of your shell in the month of November, right? A little bit cappies. And then the other side of this card is really, for the theme for the month, is really about stretching your wings. So it's about taking off, jumping off that cliff, which lots of times is really just a curb, right? We think we're jumping off this big cliff, and really we're just stepping off the curb. So it really is time to stretch your wings, to really put yourself out there. And then you have a lot of creativity, and so they're wanting you to use that this month and to really put yourself out there in your creativity. So be bold in that way and independent. So you have some ideas that other people maybe would not have thought of, and sometimes you have a tendency not to share and not to speak up because I don't know, maybe you think they're not good ideas, I don't know, but stop that. They want you to really speak up this month, and that's important. And, don't underestimate yourself. That's the whole key around all of this, is not, people talk about putting people on a pedestal. Well, you don't do that with yourself. If anything, you're putting yourself, sort of down, and they're just like, enough of this already, okay? You didn't come here to play small. It's time to step into your greatness and step into who you were meant to be in this time in your life. So that is what we have around that. So really cool theme, I think, about stretching your wings and stepping into that independence and creativity, and it sounds to me like all kinds of juicy goodness for you guys, Cappies. All right, so let us see what else we got going here. All right, ooh, lots of purple, which purple I always think of as, and I'm wearing purple today, isn't that funny, is the color of wealth, right? The color for the wealth area of your bagua. When you look at your bagua, here's your feng shui bagua. This is your mental map of your space. If you haven't watched my kind of intro feng shui video, I would recommend that you do that to get a little bit better idea, but the wealth area is in the back left corner of your space. So that is the abundance piece of it. And when I see all this purple, I think, ooh, it's going to be a good month, right? So we have the Eight of Air coming through for you as a past card, and this is typically the basis of the situation, something that you already know, something that's already happening for you. And so this is giving you just a little bit more guidance or information around that. And this is, Eight of Air is sort of that feeling that you're trapped. And it's an illusion. It's always an illusion when you feel like you're trapped, because you never are. You can always shift and change things. So that's never really really true. And again, that lack of self-confidence is coming through for you guys, okay? So sometimes what happens for you is that because you maybe are afraid that you're not good enough, or you're maybe afraid that you're, again, kind of about like your ideas aren't good or that type of thing, then you don't take action. Then you just stop yourself, like you just don't move forward. And really what that ends up doing is it keeps you in sort of this it keeps you sort of reined in. When I think of the 8, I think of that sort of figure 8 connection technique that you learned last month, or at least the deep dive reading people did. Sorry about that, not all of you watched those. So it's a connection technique, but when I think of the 8, sometimes it feels like you can keep yourself stuck in this infinity circle, right? Where you're, afraid to take action, then you don't take action, then you're afraid to take action, and you just kind of, it's a loop, is kind of what I'm seeing around that. So really this month is the time to let go of that and to really stop that and step into who you're really meant to be. So we have the Unity card, which is Archangel Sandalphon. And what I love about this card for you guys is it is about finding your tribe. So finding those people, connecting with those people that are on a similar path as you. And so when you do that, that does help boost your confidence. And it does, like, because I've been to a lot of different Tony Robbins events and different events where it's kind of higher achievers, or people that just are doing more in the world, perhaps. And lots of times they'll ask, who's kind of the weird one in your family or the weird one in your group of friends, and we all raise our hands and we all look at each other like, oh yeah, we're all kind of the odd one. So when you find your people, then you don't feel that way anymore, because you have other people that get it, like they understand what you're talking about. And in the spiritual realm of things, which I think is sort of interesting, is one of my friends calls them, people that are not open to the spiritual stuff or not into that, as more of the muggles, right? Where they're just not completely understanding all the magic that's available, if you think of the Harry Potter reference to that. So this is really about finding those mentors, those organizations, those people that connect with you. And of course, if you ever need any help with, guidance and that type of thing, I do private readings. I also do private coaching. I don't take very many coaching clients on, but if it's something that where you need help and you feel called to work with me, let's chat. I do offer a free 20-minute chat where I will give you a couple ideas, 2 to 4 ideas to help you shift. And that is something that's always, can always be useful for you. Okay, and then we have Archangel Michael coming through. And this is the World card, and this is about, kind of patting you on the back, a job well done. So as you move into this where you are really being more of who you are and stepping fully into owning your power and your confidence, then you have that joy coming through. You're more content. You have the gratitude for things that are coming in. And it sort of opens up that portal or that path for you. So it seems, sometimes you may feel afraid or it seems scary to step out into the world, but actually when you do that, it just more is going to open to you and you're going to be amazed at what you can create and accomplish. So, all right, let us see which animals are wanting to connect with you on this month of November. It's getting chilly here in Minnesota. In the evenings, I'm always snuggled up with a blanket, so it's getting to be that time of year. Of course we don't have any snow or anything yet, but it just does feel cooler in the air for sure. Okay, So we've got the Buffalo card, which is abundance. And what this is really wanting to let you know is that you are safe. You're provided for, okay? You always have that. And that's one thing to just remember, and it's something that we often forget, is that, you know, there's no lack, there's no scarcity. Like, there's plenty for everyone, and there's plenty for you. And using what you have and spending money and things like that, it will come back into you if you are in a space of staying connected with your angels and guides and following the guidance that's coming to you, because that's really the way to get in sort of that river of abundance, if you will, is to follow the guidance that's coming in and just kind of be floating along, right? Instead of paddling upstream. Lots of times people are like trying so hard to make things happen, and that's a more of a masculine energy, and we're really moving into more of a feminine energy, which is about receivership, magnetizing things to us, right? Okay. So that's the buffalo. And then we have the dragonfly, which is the illusion card. So again, playing with that theme about, you know, what's going on for you is really an illusion. It's not real. And I don't mean to say like your feelings aren't real. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is the situation that you're in that doesn't feel loving, or whatever's happening that's causing you stress is not, you know, you can pull yourself out of that at any time. It's sort of something that your ego makes up to, you know, to, I don't know where I'm going with that. But I just want to let you know that, you know, at your core, you know who you really are. And part of this, and I'm getting this throat thing for you guys, is about speaking up and speaking your truth and using your voice, right? And that's where I feel your throat chakra is a little bit cloggy. And so speaking your truth is going to help open that up more as well. But at your core, you know who you really are. You know that you're a beautiful person, that you're a good person, that you're, you know, that you're doing the very best you can, right? That's all we all do, right? Okay, so then we have, oh, interesting. We've got the giraffe, which is foresight. And so what this card is really about is telling you that you do have a gift around being able to tell the future. So like me with this, you know, connection where I'm able to sort of channel information for you guys, you have a similar gift in being able to foretell the future and being able to see things, or to be able to, you know, sort of see the path, right? For yourself and for others, I believe. So that's interesting, and I would encourage you to practice that, right? You know, like get some cards if you want. You practice with other people, or when, you know, when you get sort of an intuitive hit, as I like to call them, where you just get this hit that something's going to happen, or you want to share something with somebody, share that with them and just be like, yeah, you know, I don't know what this is about, but I'm feeling called to share this with you, right? You can do that very simply. Okay, so let's move in and see who's coming through for you guys today. This is such a surprise because the loved ones have typically been just coming in through the deep dive readings that I do. So I haven't had, other than maybe when I first started, I might have had that a little bit, but I haven't had in a main reading where somebody has come through. So I think that it's one of you that's probably not in the membership, or many of you that aren't in the membership that are watching this are just needing to get messages from people that have passed over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the information that's coming through around this. And we don't, because this is sort of a group reading, right? We're doing it for all of the zodiac signs. I don't typically get like a specific name that comes through. Sometimes I get a letter that comes through, or sometimes I get, you know, sort of a description of a person that comes through. What's coming through here is about a soulmate, okay? So this is someone that you had a very, very strong connection with. while they were living. So this would have been somebody, and soulmate, I interpret can be, you know, a soulmate friend. It can be a soulmate, you know, even a child, because I feel like for some of you this might be a son or daughter that you lost. And then of course the other piece of that can be your romantic partner that you lost. And what I'm seeing around this is that it wasn't always a smooth road with them. Like there were, you know, personality wise, some sort of bumping of heads a little bit here and there. But they're just wanting to let you know that that connection will never be broken. Just because they're on the other side now, that doesn't, you know, that's not something that can be broken. And you're kind of like two peas in a pod. So you do, you know, on the spiritual level, you're very, very connected. And so you probably, you know, get just winks from the universe, or things that make you think of that person that come through, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more around that, what that is for you. I do feel like this person was very drawn to water, and I feel like it was something that just helped calm their nerves or helped them be peaceful. So they might have been someone that enjoyed fishing, or, you know, going to the beach, or you know, going to the cabin, that type of thing. I just feel like there was that sense of calm around water. And then they're telling me, well, some of them didn't love the water, but they might have been around it for, you know, a lot. So it makes me kind of think of my dad, who was at sea, you know, in the Navy for a couple of years. And so he was around water a lot. He does not really care for water. He's not a lake person, that type of thing. But he did have a lot of connection with water for a couple of years there, being in the Navy. So that they're just clarifying that might be the case for some of you. All right. They want to let you know that there's no time where they are. That time is just an earthly thing. And so they want to let you know that anytime that you want to connect with them or talk with them, or would like some guidance from them, they can be there. So it's not, you know, it's not something where, you know, there's a difficulty with time. I do also feel like they send you flowers, or that you, maybe when you see flowers, you think of them. So certain flowers might be just ones that they gave you on a regular basis, or maybe they like to work with flowers, or just, yeah, I'm just seeing flowers. And in particular, roses. And it's not always, so this card has a rose on it, which doesn't always translate, but in this case I do see roses, or that scent of roses. So you might get like a whiff of roses or something like that, and you'd be like, oh, I don't see any roses around here. Well, that's them letting you know that they're there, right? And then again with the water, the water piece of things. Okay, so the advice that they have for you, or what they want to share with you, is life is a series of choices, right? And choose love. So you always have a choice as to how you can react to what's going on in your life. So even if you've had a little bit of a rough patch, you can choose to react differently. And that's the beautiful thing. So if you get circumstances that are coming up for you sort of over and over again, the idea around that is that you haven't learned what you needed to learn around that. So when you react differently, when you choose love, when you react from a place of higher, of sort of your higher wisdom, or a higher light place, right? A place of calm and peace, and not getting, wrapped up in all the drama, then you have an opportunity to shift it and not have to, then you learn what you need to learn and you can move forward, okay? So that is something that's really, really important, is to choose love, always choose love, and that's what they're guiding you, encouraging you to do. So that's what I have for you today, Capricorns. If you want more information about your career, finances, health, relationships, I do have a deep dive reading available. It's less than a cup of coffee, and it really gives you a lot more deeper information about that. I also have a membership that is something that's worthwhile, where you're the first one to get those readings, the deep dive readings, and you get them in your email box, plus you get audios and a bunch of other good stuff. So there's a link below if you want to check that out. For now, take time to relax, have fun, and enjoy your month, Capricorns. Much love.